Welcome back to talkSPORT, Lauren Price. How the devil are you? Are you well?
Yeah, I'm all good, in great spirits, and like you said, yeah, I'm good and looking forward to May the 11th.
Well, damn right you're in great spirits, mate. Seventh pro fight, and we're rocking and rolling. Top table. This is what we've been talking about for a long time, and we're finally here. Where do I start with this? I'll start with Cardiff, shall I? First and
Yep.
foremost. Obviously, May the 11th, you've just highlighted there is when you're going to be fighting for a world title. But
Mm.
how special is it that you get to do this in Cardiff? We haven't seen you as a pro fighter yet in Cardiff, but to do it in this particular fight, it must feel flipping good.
Oh yeah, definitely. Obviously, it's a great fight, to headline as well. Going in there with the legitimate champion. But yeah, to box in Cardiff, that was, one of the main things when I turned over pro, where I said I want to box in Wales, bring big time boxing back to Cardiff, fight in massive fights, get that home support behind me and win multiple world titles. And it all starts on May the 11th. And like I said, I'm overwhelmed really with the support I've received so far in selling tickets and the amount of people, who are coming out and supporting me and the link up with BBC Wales as well, jumping on board. Honestly, it means the world, yeah.
Well, you saw the pop, obviously, in the aftermath of winning your Olympic gold medal. I know it went crazy back home then. And since you've been a pro, you've been obviously decorating the Hall of England and various other places with your talent. It's going to be something special that when you walk out on May the 11th in front of those fans that have been thirsty for you to be performing in front of them as a pro, that atmosphere is going to be something else.
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy. Obviously, that we've seen it on me with when Katie Taylor went back to Ireland,
Yeah.
the support she received, and yeah, it's gonna be touching, and I'm gonna take it all in. I'm gonna enjoy it, and then as soon as I get to the ring, then it's down to business. But yeah, I've obviously enjoyed the lead up. I'm excited, to be boxing and having my fans come out and support me. There's nothing like us Welsh. We're a small nation, but very proud one when it comes to the sport and supporting our own. So yeah, I know I'm gonna have a well. She's entering the Dragons Den, and I know I'm gonna have a few cheers.
Does it help training outside of Wales so you can kind of escape the mayhem? Because I've no doubt your phone's blowing up like mad, people getting involved with tickets and all that type of stuff. You just want to probably concentrate on your camp, don't you, and get ready for the fight. Does it help being away from it a little bit?
Yeah, definitely. I've been up Sheffield now for this is like 7 years with obviously the GB team and I'm close with Rob McCracken and I train alongside I've been sparring today, the girls who are going to the Olympics who've already qualified.
Yeah.
So, I'm in a great camp. Couldn't have any better, couldn't ask for anything. But yeah, you're right, because sometimes I'll run, on the weekend or I'll do a run on Monday morning before I come back to camp and people are tooting me and pulling over for pictures and stuff like that, which is nice.
Yes.
But like you said, obviously you need that kind of switch off to get away from it. And I think it's just a norm to me now. I've done it for so long, Monday to Friday in Sheffield. It's just my life. And, I live and breathe the sport. So yeah.
I love the tale as well of your gran. It's I know that all the friends and family are coming out, but she's not too keen on watching you fight. So I'm led to believe that she's gonna maybe will she watch it from home? Will she stay out of the way?
Yeah, she's no, she's gonna stay out the way. She said what she'll do, she'll record it and then
Okay.
watch it back, get the result first. This is what she done with the Olympics as well. But I got a few of like my other family come in, my cousins, my auntie, and my football friends as well who I've played for Wales with. They come in to support me, so
Brilliant.
yeah, it's great really. And she's gonna be at home minding the dogs, and then I'll go back to her on Sunday and yeah, celebrate with her. But yeah, I'm going home to her this weekend, and first thing she says to me, like when I walk through the door, "Where's your washing?" So she looks after me in that way, and Caris is by my side as well. She's been a massive help in dealing with tickets and taking all that pressure off me. So yeah, I've had a good camp.
Listen, it keeps you grounded. When you walk through that front door with them world titles on a Sunday and she's asking for the washing straight away, you know that you're back down to earth, mate. Simple.
I know, yeah, but no, I wouldn't change. I wouldn't have her any other way. But
Good.
yeah.
I believe you've been getting a little bit of work in as well with Chantel, who's been in the ring with Jessica McCaskill. How was that for you?
Yeah, really good. Sparred Chantel last week because yeah, it was good to get sparring as well with Chantel because a lot of our team as well were away in Colorado training, so I needed good
Mm.
sparring, and she's moved to Sheffield now, so it just it made sense. She's only up the road from me, so I'm sure we'll get a few more rounds in again, or when she's fighting next. I've said to her, it's great sparring for us both. And yeah, I enjoyed it. So, like you said, she's been in there with her as well. Um, so she beat her quite comfortable, and I've had a good spar, and I'm happy, and I'm in a good place. So
When,
I'll
when
say on
you
that.
when you look at Jessica, what challenges do you think that she's going to bring you on May the 11th?
I think she's you look at every fight, she tries to be the aggressor, quite unorthodox, if I'm
Mm.
honest. Like she's bend down in weird angles, takes quite a lot of shots as well, I think. But she'll probably try and make it messy, try and rough me up, come in, charging in, watch the further other fights. And that's what she kind of done with, Taylor, Cameron, Sandy. So I know it's obviously she's going to try it with me, but that's down to me, to stick to my boxing and
Mm.
what I do best. I've obviously got Rob McCracken in my corner, and we've got a game plan, and I believe that I put on a top performance, and I believe I come out on top.
What I've said this to you in the past, and what I'm looking forward to the most on May the 11th, because of Jessica's style. I've said to you in the past, like when you fought in the previous 6 fights as a pro, I think
Yeah.
people feel what you do early and then think to themselves, I'm just going to shell up here. I'm just going to try my best to get to the end.
Yeah.
Whereas I think Jessica will, obviously she's a world champion. She's a two-weight world champion. She's going to fight right to the end, which then will hopefully present opportunities for it to be a cracking fight and you to be able to do what I know that you desire to do.
Yeah, definitely, and that's what makes fights. That's when I'll come out and show my best as well. I think, I've said it. So far I've been quite comfortable. I've won every single round as a pro, and don't get me wrong, I'm not stupid. I know she's gonna test areas of me, and she's my toughest test yet. But I believe in myself. I believe in what I've achieved in my career. I believe that, I've been in there with, all right, maybe not as a pro, but as an amateur, I've boxed
Mm-hmm.
big girls. I've had 75-kilo Russians running at me. I've had, all different kind of styles. I've boxed, to get to the pinnacle of the sport. So from that aspect, from a boxing point of view, I believe I'm the better boxer technically, and that. Obviously, even I gotta say, like, I think, well, I believe I'm stronger as well, and the bigger girl.
Mm-hmm.
So, even though that's her style, kind of, rough and tough, and they all kind of say, oh yeah, in my last fights, I've had people saying they're gonna knock me out, but like you said, when they're in there and they're with me, it's a different ball game. So we'll see.
Wales has got an incredible heritage of sports stars, sports teams that have conquered the world. But I'm still amazed at this day that we haven't had a female boxing world champion. How much pride and emotion do you feel that you could be that first person? Because nobody ever forgets the first.
No, yeah, no, it's mad. It's obviously adding more history to my name, and yeah, it is going to be pretty special. I was the same for the Olympics. Out of winning an Olympic gold medal, male and female, I was the first ever to do it as a boxer. So
Mm.
yeah, to add that alongside that, becoming the first ever Welsh female world champion, then yeah, it'll be something that I'm very proud of, and it'll stick with me forever.
And I know I'm getting ahead of myself here because when the likes of the Joe Calzaghes of this world, for example, became world champion, we all saw the magnificent events and nights that Joe was
Yeah.
able to bring uh, to Wales. You've got some good girls and some good talent at 147 and maybe weight divisions above, if that's what you desire later on down the line. There's some
Yeah.
super fights that could take place in Wales in the not too distant future.
Yeah, definitely, and that's the dream. I'm boxing now in the Utilita that owes 4,000. The dream is you know, to do what Katie Taylor's done, really, you know, selling out stadiums and putting on big nights, and like you said, being involved in them massive fights. That's what I turned over for, you know. I'm excited, and like you said, 147, there are some really exciting fights there. And, you know, throughout my career, I believe, you know, I'll be in different weights, and for the big fights, wherever fight makes sense, then, you know, we'll take it. But right now I gotta focus on May the 11th. But I believe this is just the start, you know, this whole Welsh thing, and I'm excited, and you know, I believe it, Rob believes it, and my team believe it, and that's all it really matters, really. But I believe I can, you know, go on and create a legacy and create greatness for the sport, and I've done it in the amateurs, and I believe I can do it in the pros.
Tell you what, that'd be pretty good, wouldn't it? If you could get a stadium fight at Cardiff, especially having been a player for the football team and then now fighting in their stadium. I wonder how many
Yeah.
people have ever done that. Competed in
As
two
well.
different sports at the elite stadium.
Yeah, be interesting. I know I've played on Cardiff City pitch a few times. Yeah, so yeah, it'd be great, you know, to go back in the day and, you know, um, in the future have a big fight there as well.
Mate, listen, all the best with the rest of the camp. I know we've
Thank
got a
you very
few
much.
weeks to wait
Yeah,
for it, but it's one of those fights. The minute that it was announced, I think it caught the imagination of a lot of fight fans. We know what Jessica McCaskill brings. We know what you bring. It's going to be an absolute brilliant, brilliant fight on May the 11th. All the best with camp, and we look forward to seeing you do your thing when we get to the second week of May.
thank you very much. Appreciate it. Thank you.